Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I was just sitting here thinking about how uncomfortable my wore out Jeep seats are. And, you know, we got no padding anymore on these damn things. The bolsters are gone. You're sitting on the metal. You know, you feel like you're gonna fall out of the Jeep every time you get like 1 degree off camber. It hurts my back. And just all in all, I'm not a happy Jeeper. But we have a solution for that right here, right now, on Florida Man TV.
You're watching Florida Man TV. Let's do this.
Alright, so today what we're going to do is replace the seats in the Jeep, hopefully. Now, I don't know if my brackets are going to fit or if we can finagle something, so this might turn into a couple-day project. I'm not sure. But what we got right here is a couple of Pro Car seats. These seats are by Scat, and they are a kind of cheap alternative to what I ultimately wanted was the Corbeau suspension seats. But I really just could not justify spending over $1,000 for seats on a Jeep. So, did a lot of searching, a lot of review reading, need something comfortable for me, and I've settled on giving these a shot. The other thing too is you got to find a seat that fits in the Jeep. So the stock seats over here are only, you see how they're set up where they're tapered here, and that's to clear the roll bar. So you got to find a seat with some flexibility in it so that you can clear the roll bar. So, you know, it's not easy to find a seat, and I don't even know if these are going to fit. But I wanted sport seats because I am going to be doing, let me get you out of the sun. I wanted sport seats because, you know, if I'm on the trail and I really want to keep myself in there, I do want to do harnesses. Sport seats look better in the Jeep. You know, we're kind of aggressive looking here on the Jeep, so we want to do the sport seat look, but also have the availability to do a harness. So I will be installing a harness bar, and I do have harnesses on order as well. But here's what the seats look like. This is what we're going to be putting in there. Not a bad seat. They come from Summit, by the way. So I bought these from Summit. Out the door, it was under $400 for both seats, right? They do have brackets that come with them for the seat slider, I think is in that box there. But not a bad looking seat, you know, really good reviews on it for a cheap seat. It does have your anti-submarine slot for your harnesses. So if you really want to get aggressive with them, this is a general seat. You can install it in your Camaro, your Mustang, your old school Mustang, your old school Charger, your new Charger, your Jeep, your, hell, I don't know, Sandrail, whatever you got, they should fit. So I put them down here. This is the passenger seat. And I checked them out, and to be honest with you, they're pretty comfy. They're stiff, but they're pretty comfortable. So we'll see once we get them in the Jeep, you know, what the seat height is and all of that stuff. But rambling, you get the idea. New seats, let's go, let's put them in, or try to. All right, guys, here's what we got going on here. Here's the sliders that come with the seat, right? And you see how the mounting tabs are. Not sure how that's going to work out for us. Over here, you can see our stock seat. Now we do have the sliders here, right? And they bolt in a couple of spots. And then we have the actual seat riser here that bolts in 4 spots. So I'm not sure quite how to tackle this. Maybe take the 4 bolts out and take the whole seat out, and then kind of see how the bracket there might mount. My other plan is that possibly this seat bracket will fit on the seat. If that's the case, then I can just take the seat itself off the bracket. So there's a couple different ways I got to look at doing this. Not quite sure right now which way to go about it, but let's take it out and start playing with it and see if we can figure out a way without having to make a custom bracket. Just so you guys know, the right side rear bolt in the driver's side of a Jeep is a Torx 50 bit, T50 bit. Keep that in mind if you're doing this yourself. You're gonna need one of these guys here to make your life easy. All right, got that bolt out right there. It was muscled in pretty good, but no problem with this kit here. Now, I figured I'd give you an honorable mention here if you need one of these kits. I like some gear wrench stuff every once in a while, and this is all Gear Wrench brand. And I got this at Tractor Supply, and I want to say it was like 28 bucks or something like that, man, for this thing. Comes in a little case. It's got all of your different types of bits that you could possibly want. It's got your Allen sockets, all of your Torx, lots and lots of Torx, all of your Torx. And then as an added bonus, it's got these little guys in case you have a Torx nut. So very rare that you'll use an E, but if you have a Torx nut, these are invaluable. So it was like 28, maybe 38 bucks, I'm not sure, but it was a steal over at Tractor Supply. So go browse the tool section over there, man. Sometimes you can find things that are just very handy to have around your shop. That's what it is. Now that the seat's out, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of an issue. This seat is not mounted straight, you see what I mean? It's off center, off kilter to fit in the Jeep. And if I take this whole slider and everything off, I'm pretty sure we'll do some redneck math. Looks like we're much wider, see? So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Captain. They do make Jeep mounting brackets from Procar. We might have to do that. We might have to put this seat back in for the weekend, order some brackets, and do this the easier way instead of the hard way. I don't know. But let's let me finagle some stuff in my head real quick, see if I can come up with anything, and I'll be back. All right, guys, here's where we're at. So there are technically some base plates here that you can see via this bolt that's accessible on the underside. And there's one under there. And then you got your one under here and you got one here. So technically, I could take these plates off, transfer this whole bracket and slider system over to the seat, the new one. Here's the problem. The space between here and here is a little bit wider than there. So that idea is not gonna work. But look, guys, here's where I'm at. They make seat brackets for a reason. I try and be cheap, or tried to be cheap, and figured, you know, I got steel and a drill and shit, I'll make it work myself. It's gonna be easier, I think, to get the pre-bent bracket and stuff from the factory. It's only like 50 bucks. So I'm going to order the brackets, put the stock seat back in for this weekend, and for me it'll be a few days, but for you, we'll be back right. Hold up, wait a minute. Before we get to the brackets that had to be ordered, I was packing up and I just wanted to show you this. I think we scored a little bit better deal than anticipated. These are a semi-suspension seat, and they're not advertised as a suspension seat, but here, the difference between a suspension seat and a regular car seat has like a metal grid usually across here that's really stiff when this foam hits it. But busiest country road in the world. Anyway, I pulled this here guy back and I found these straps. So check it out. These straps right here are actually suspension style. So if you look at the Corbeau seats, they use a bungee cord system underneath here for your suspension seat. So when you hit a big old bump and your butt comes down through this foam here, you usually hit a metal spring or even sometimes a metal plate. But this is a pretty damn good deal, guys, for, what was this, like 180 bucks a seat or something like that, to have this elastic cord in here. So when you're really hitting the stuff here, you got a little bit more give. I'm impressed for the money. Now we'll see, of course, we'll have to do an update once we get them in. But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. I think that's a pretty good steal, pretty good buy right there. Well guys, we're in a pickle. They don't make a seat bracket later than 96, 95, whatever the last year is before the TJ. So we're back to making a bracket ourselves, because Procar doesn't make one for newer vehicles. So here's what I've deciphered. I did get a flashlight down behind here, and it is an actual like bolt head. It looks like I can take the seat cushion back, pull it back, and have access to these bolts. And here is a good example of what I was talking about with this wire mesh versus a suspension seat. You see? So there's a good example for you. And then here's your steel plate that you hit. So all the examples I was talking about with the suspension seat over there come to fruition here. So anyway, I'm gonna try and get this seat cushion pulled back and flip the seat over, see if I can get these bolts out. If I can get these bolts out here, I might still be able to make this stock bracket work. Maybe. Damn, man, this is turning into more of a project than it's supposed to be. So in order to get to these, there's the plates covering it here. Let me get this up and show you. So to get to that bolt head, it's under the seat pan. So to get the seat pan off, I got to take these side bolts out, but I don't know if it's attached in the back because you've got this bracketry back here. So there's one bolt here. I don't know. I'm going to investigate it a little bit and see if I can get this whole piece off. If so, I think I can make this work. Okay, guys. So I managed to get the seat pan loosened from the seat base. So now I'll be able to get these bolts out here and back here. Now you see why I couldn't get to this one, because it literally, the seat pan sits right over top of it. So if I can get those out, we might be making some progress here in using the original bracket for the new seat. All right, guys, as you see, we got our whole base plate bracket off now, with the slider and everything, and it mounts perfect to the floor. So now what we got to do is figure out how to get these holes here to line up with these holes here. And if we can figure that out, which, you know, just a little welded tab would probably work, but I'm gonna slap this on here and be back in a second, see if I can figure it out. Well, by golly, guys, they just might fit. They just might fit. So I got this one perfectly lined up. This one you might be able to see, here's the hole right there, is almost lined up. I mean, we could drill them out. And it looks like we're kind of close. It's hard to see because, you know, the bolt hole that I'd have to go through is over here. It's not quite lined up. See, these are rivets, like I said. So on this side you see just kind of riveted. If you flip it over, this side, no bolt head, it's riveted. So riveted, which makes this a pain in the ass. But I think what I'm probably gonna do to save myself some hassle is going to be drill this out here so I can access that hole. And then, come on, booger. Drill this out here with a big fat hole so I can access this hole. That way I don't have to take anything apart. Then to get this thing to lay flat, because let me put it back up here. You see we're flat up here, but we're raised up back here. And that's because I got this tab right here. So I'd have to cut this tab off the back. And then I think we can use that bracket. Let's try it. All right, fellas. So what we've done, first off, is we cut our tabs off the back, so this should lay flat. No worries about cutting those tabs off, right? They go back here on the original seat, but you don't use them for anything. There was no bolt hole or bolt in the hole or anything like that. So we have our original holes here. now we'll really be able to see if it lines up better. I went ahead and drilled out an area to get a bolt in there. So let's see if it fits. It don't fit. So I thought it was too short. It's actually too big. But here is bolt hole number 1, lined up perfect. And as we come over here, which is the outside of the seat, you can see right down, maybe you can see right down there. Right down there is the actual seat. The hole in the seat is right there. Not a problem. I could probably get a bolt in there. On this side, the bolt hole's right here. So it'd be like right here is where it goes in. But the rest of the bracket lines up good. Seat's gonna have a little lean back, which is good. That's how I like it. I'm just gonna keep playing with it, guys, till I can get holes in here. I'm at the point of no return. This seat's fucking going in here one way or another. So let me keep messing around with it, and I'll be back. If I can only get 3 bolts in there, I'd still be happy. All right, guys. Who the man? I the man. I think I'm the man. I'm about to find out if I'm the man. Bam. Seat is bolted to the adapter plate, to the mounting hardware, to the slider. 1, 2, 3. All 4 bolts are in. So we hit it with the old impact gun, and we ugga-dugged it to exactly 3.1 ugga-duggas. That is the torque spec for no CD come outie when you hit bumpy. Now, the big question is, will the seat fit? In theory, the seat left to right should be about the same offset as the factory seat, because we didn't mess with this, right? And the offset is from here to here, and I didn't re-drill these holes. These are the factory ones. So this is the inside right of the seat. It should be pushed over as far as it can to the center console. This is the clearance. We have an issue with the roll bar, so let's see how good your boy is. It fits, kind of. Here's the dealio. This is not going to want to clear the roll bar here, which I was afraid of. This is 24 inches. The factory width to clear is 21 inches. All right, guys. This is my seating position here. And it's not bad. These wings actually bend, so I can, you know, if I need to push it back further, I can push it back further. I just got to grab it to get it past, but it fits. Now, when I put the roll cage, the harness bar onto the roll cage, I'm gonna have to take this plastic and padding and stuff off of here anyway, so that'll give us more clearance. But I've got the seat bolted down snug. It's not cranked down to its right torque setting. Sorry, I'm adjusting my steering wheel here, trying to get a good feel. Anyway, but this is where I would drive. Maybe kick the seat back just a little bit, but I bucketed the seat. If you remember, I cut the tabs off the back and it bucketed the seat back a little bit. Now I like that for my lower back because it takes pressure off of my spine and it puts it on my legs. It's a little bit high in the front, just a little, but I mean, the seat feels pretty good. I guess we'll find out. I'm going camping and wheeling here this weekend, tomorrow, and so we're gonna find out really how comfortable they are, and if they suck, I don't know what we'll do. Could put the stock ones back in. Never go back to stock. All right, guys, I'm going to bolt this down. I'm gonna try and do the passenger side. I'm gonna spare you guys all that custom work. You get the idea on this seat. You see, it's a custom job. They don't make brackets for Pro Car seats to fit 2004 Jeeps or TJ Jeeps. They just don't make a bracket. I checked the whole internet. So to get this to work, you got to go custom. No big deal. When you get it done custom and you do it yourself, you feel good right here. Feels good. All right, well, after more finagling and more custom work, I had to find my own bolts for this one that fit. Why? Because they didn't give me the hardware in this side that they had in the other side. But anyway, we got it mounted up here and put the seat in the hole, and we'll be back for the final view. Got it all installed. Whew, what a project. Seriously. More of a project than I thought, but very rewarding. I think it looks fucking great. There's not much light, but here, let's check it out. But what do you guys think if you can see it? I don't know how well it'll turn out on camera. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think it looks sick. So, coming up next is we have to find a way to secure our bosom and our bottoms in the seat. So I'm gonna have the harness bar across here, and we got the harnesses coming. I gotta put my little baby jack back in there. So at any rate, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. Thank you for those of you that are subscribed. For those of you that aren't subscribed, you suck. If you watch this whole video and didn't click the subscribe button, I don't like you. Don't watch my shit. Anyway, talk to you guys later, man, and we'll catch you on the next one. Get this back. It's back.